Hi, what's your name?
Faith.
So you've been here for 3 ceremonies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're part of our MMA fighter retreat.
Yes.
Um, when I first saw you, I would never tell you're a fighter.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You have a sleeper build.
A sleeper build?
Yeah.
What's that? Like,
It's like people on the internet, they're like super fit, but unless they flex their muscles, you can't see it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't look like your face is not super beat up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you have a really cool story, and like you've been fighting for a long time. You've been knocked out. So, um, first, tell us about what got you into fighting.
First got me into fighting is, I used to be a bodybuilder, and then I walked into a UFC gym one day and took a kickboxing class, and it just started from there. And it helped me get a lot of energy out from trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And trauma, mostly PTSD from military, or do you think there was something before?
I would say childhood trauma first, and then military trauma. I was a firefighter, so I started off being a volunteer firefighter with my military unit. We would be the firefighters out in town in Maryland. In that region, it was only volunteer firefighters running all the fires, and so you see a lot of death and car accidents and fires like that. And then I went on deployment. We had a plane crash and we lost some people, some aircraft fires. And then I got out and became a wildland firefighter. So it's just like a lot of cumulative trauma. So.
And obviously, like this retreat, we have all male fighters, and you're the only woman fighter, right?
Yes, yes.
And firefighting and military, those are not like traditionally what women do. So it's like, what do you think? What's pulling you towards those kinds of like risky, dangerous environments?
I think it's a combination. I do think, like I do have a lot of masculine energy, but lately I've been getting into my feminine energy and balancing it. I think it's very beautiful. Both are beautiful. But also, childhood is, in my family, masculine was more important. Nobody really cared about the feminine. So I wanted, as the oldest daughter of 6, I wanted to prove that I was worthy. And so from there, I just kept doing the most shocking things that I could think of to gain their approval, And so it's not like a good reason to do things. But I've built up skills as a fighter and now I enjoy it and now I can't just stop, But I've been able to uncover a lot of that and realize why I started doing those certain things.
And by their approval, who do you mean? Your parents?
Yeah, my parents. Yeah.
Your mom or your dad? More who of them too?
More so my dad, but honestly, yeah, my mom. She has a lot of like internalized self-hatred of her feminine, I could tell. So it's honestly both.
It's very interesting. I had during the ceremony yesterday, which we shouldn't have, but I did have a very low voice conversation with Ian. It was the energy was such, and he was talking about training with Mike Tyson. I was like, "It would be lovely to bring Mike Tyson to the wire because then my dad would be proud of me." Because like he doesn't understand really what I do and how impressive it is. He just doesn't get it.
Yeah.
But if I could get this guy, because like we only had 2 posters in my home ever, and one of them was of Mike Tyson.
Oh,
And the other one
wow.
was of Evander Holyfield. He's a
Yeah.
big fan of boxing, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like no matter how like we barely talk, and like I mean we have a better relationship now, and I worked a lot of it with the medicine. But it's like still there is like this part in me which is like, oh, it would be nice to impress my dad. So it's really interesting. That's why I thought there this way. But obviously, ayahuasca is like a feminine spirit. How has it been in your journey with like connecting more to your feminine?
Yeah, it's helped a lot. I've had past ceremonies that have helped me work through that. I've had a ceremony where I connected with all my femininity, and after that, I started wearing pink. And you're not feminine because you wear pink, but my family, everybody made fun of anything feminine, so I wouldn't touch the color. Just little things like that. And then I feel like it's still a journey that I'm on of like walking in confidence as a woman and like not having to act like a man, you know, to gain the approval.
Yeah, it's very interesting how like we can get conditioned. Like it happens a lot, like because obviously with all men and women, we all have masculine and feminine. It happens a lot with guys, like don't cry, you know.
Yeah.
And then like for me, it took a long time drinking ayahuasca, like feeling my emotions and crying again. So it's like, and it happens with the women as well. It's where they've been, you know, get pushed in a sort of roles that maybe are not optimal or not balanced. So you had PTSD from military, from firefighting, and then you got into ayahuasca. How has your process been with? First, tell us about your PTSD. What symptoms did you have, and then how you encountered ayahuasca, and how your journey progressed, and whether you felt relief or not.
Okay. Yeah, so the PTSD started off, and I didn't understand I had PTSD at the time because I was very young. I was like maybe 20 years old when it first started as a volunteer firefighter. I would go into grocery stores and the bright lights would give me panic attacks. I would almost pass out. If someone gets too close to me, I would tense up and I would want to fight them. I'd get so angry and I think that they want to hurt me, you know? And this would happen. And I even went to the hospital one time because I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't know what a panic attack was. Nobody told me about it, you know? And so that's how it started. And then I, you know, started having to go to therapy and it didn't really help. You know, talk therapy didn't really do anything for me. So, yeah.
And how did you find ayahuasca?
Okay, yes, I found ayahuasca. I saw a few documentaries on YouTube, just like, I can't even remember the names, they're so old. And it kind of piqued my interest, but I was still in the military, and I actually got medically retired for PTSD in 2021. And I genuinely wanted to get better. And so I went to an ayahuasca retreat in 2021, and I keep coming back, and I find that my symptoms are lowered and a lot more manageable. They still exist, but I'm able to live a better life now and still work through those things.
So you gave up on talk therapy entirely, or you?
No, I went back into it because I did hit another depressive episode a couple of years ago, and it helped me stay in line. But I would say that ayahuasca helped me actually get to the root of the problems.
How did you end up in Luke's documentary? So I interviewed Luke maybe 20 episodes before this. He's the person doing brain mapping here at Lawara, founder of the Neuro Enlightenment, and I think his documentary now won like best documentary on psychedelics of last year by some. Yeah. So was it a synchronicity, or like how? Tell us that story.
Yeah, I would say it's a synchronicity because I had a fight. Yes, this was the fight that I was in camp with Mark the Shark. He was training for his bare knuckle world title, and I was training for a kickboxing fight in Kentucky, so I was going to travel for the fight. Traveled, I got knocked out. That's the whole story. It was actually a pretty bad deal. And I decided to travel to Peru to see some friends and sit in ayahuasca with them and see if it could help. And then in doing so, I asked if there's any training around. Because we're in Urubamba of Peru. It's like, there's not a lot to do, you know, as far as modern day stuff. But I did find a jiu-jitsu group. Luke was a part of it. We got to talking, we connected on the fighting and both being veterans. And then he invited me to his retreat just a few weeks later. And then they brain mapped me. They could see where I got knocked out. It showed up in the brain map. And then we worked through that. We did a lot of brain exercises, ayahuasca, wachuma, and then we mapped after, and you could see the difference of the inflammation gone. So I think I might have been his first case study for brain injury.
That's really cool because obviously this time we have a group of 10 or 12 people, right? All with brain injury.
Yeah.
So obviously getting knocked out is a pretty obvious case of traumatic brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does it feel getting knocked out, recovering, and then what was the difference you noticed after working with ayahuasca?
I definitely noticed more clarity and calmness because I feel like I was also going through other personal hard things at that time. It was just a big accumulation of a lot of emotions. The knockout was just like one piece. And so I just felt so scattered and lost and going through dark night of the soul. And, I couldn't focus on things because of my brain. So yeah, after the whole process, I definitely felt more clear and calm and then able to move forward and do the work in real life.
How do you feel being here in like extra masculine group, but all of them drinking medicine, obviously being very, very vulnerable and sharing and crying? How does it make you feel, or like maybe your opinion of men? Is it being influenced by that or not?
A little. We have a good group of people, and I think very good men are here and they care and they've shown me a lot of empathy and have helped me through things. So I really appreciate that. Sometimes I do feel forgotten, you know. Dogs are going crazy, but but that's kind of what I've been doing with my whole life, and being in male spaces, and it's not a male only sport, but it is dominated by males.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a
yeah.
little hard sometimes.
That's just how it is. It's like yeah, society chose, or for some reason, one or another. That's just how it is. Do you reckon it's being triggered here in ceremony for a reason, because you need to process that feeling outside of the ceremony, like the.
I think it's possible, and I was just thinking about this. My intention coming in here in the first place was to work on my voice because I withhold a lot. I feel like my throat chakra is blocked, and some things have been happening, and it makes me want to speak out more. So maybe it's happening on purpose.
Well, you are speaking now,
Yeah.
which is a great step, because a lot of people would not be able to do it. Yeah, it's very interesting. How do you like it so far? Because obviously, I think it's your first time with the Colombian ayahuasca.
Yeah, no, I do like it. It's a lot stronger than what I expected. Yeah, because I just feel like every time I drink it, within 20 minutes, I'm dropped in, which is very unusual for me. So yeah, and I feel like 2 ceremonies ago was pretty insightful. So yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah, I do feel like 2 ceremonies ago, I didn't say this in the word circle, but I realized ayahuasca's like kind of like playing a trick, or almost like doing a test on me, where she gives me options and I choose, but I didn't realize it. And at the end of the night, I was frustrated and I was mad because I didn't get this amazing change within me. But I didn't get that because I chose the easy options that I always choose every day. And she kind of like laughed at me, and she's like, well, who are you mad at? You should be mad at yourself.
Yeah, ayahuasca can be playful and have humor, and also can be tricky, and it's a very interesting medicine. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're enjoying it, and there's still one more ceremony to go. Have you ever done this ceremony before?
No, I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
I think you're gonna love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.